For me, it is about the law and people. That is not a legal defense, let me tell you. And how people can resolve and better themselves.
Justice with passion.
I knew I was going to go into law because I always defended everybody. I was always the one who found a solution and tried to resolve the problem by having people talk to each other.
Justice with truth.
So I'm giving you one more chance to tell me the truth.
This is Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Joseph Chandler is suing his former friend Daisy Daniels in the amount of $795. He claims the defendant broke his dryer while he was out of town, and he got stuck with the bill. Ms. Daniels says the machine was over 12 years old and was going to break eventually. She is countersuing for fees owed to her for house sitting for the plaintiff.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Cristina Perez presiding. Please be seated. All parties have been sworn in, Your Honor.
Thank you, Bernard. Mr. Chandler, I see you are suing your friend for $795 because you claim she ruined your dryer.
Yes, that is correct, Your Honor.
What happened?
Well, I've known Daisy probably about 2 years now. We met through mutual friends at a party. They tried to actually hook us up. I'm not interested in her, and I mean, she's really not my type. But I mean, she's a great girl. She's very, very pretty, and she's easygoing.
So she's a good friend of yours?
Yeah, she's just a friend. But the only thing that I kind of have a problem with is she's just extremely ditzy. Like, she's extremely blonde. I mean, no disregard to you. But she's extremely blonde. She doesn't remember anything. She doesn't follow instructions. When she comes over to my house, I always make a joke that, you know, don't forget to take the metals out of the microwave. Because she'll come over and she'll put her Tupperware in the microwave with the aluminum foil still on it, and she'll push start, and there'll be the 4th of July in my apartment. You know what I mean? From her putting her metals in the microwave. I mean, it's common sense. Not only that, there's been a few times where, you know, we've had lunch and dinner at my house, and she's volunteered to do dishes, and she's put liquid, you know, laundry detergent in the dishwasher to substitute for dishwashing detergent.
Okay, so why did I hang out with her if she's so dumb?
Because, Your Honor, me and my friends.
Bother? I mean, it sounds like she's a pain in the rear.
She's a very beautiful girl, and
so what?
She's great to look at.
So that's the only reason.
She's great to look at.
So then, who is the dumb and ditzy person here? Are you that shallow that you want to hang out with her just because she's nice looking?
Well, not only that, but she's a great girl.
A lot about you. Wow. Why don't you tell me what happened, Miss Daniels?
Well, he asked me to house sit for him and take care of his dog because his mom was having issues. And as a good friend, of course, I stepped right up. You know, I said, of course I can do that. And when I got to his house, he didn't leave me any instructions or anything, and it was a complete mess. It was
okay, but you were just supposed to take care of the dog.
Yes, and I was also house sitting.
Okay, so you were going to stay in his apartment.
I stayed there for the week, yes.
Okay. I gave her the option, Your Honor. She didn't have to stay, but if she wanted to stay, she definitely could stay if she wanted.
Okay, and I understand you agreed to pay her $300?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And I have a
For how long? Message. How long was this trip going to be for?
For a week. I was gone for a week.
7 days? 5 days?
I was gone for approximately 7 days.
And he told me he would pay me the week after he got back for his payday, and that was totally fine with me. I even told him originally, like, he didn't need to pay me, but because, you know, I was just doing it as a friend.
And the instructions were just take care of my dog.
Only. You know, I came back in, she had everything folded, boxers, ironed, and great. And I go into the kitchen and, you know, to feed the dog like normal, and of course I couldn't find the dog food. It was obviously misplaced. You know, and I walk in and...
Where was the dog food?
I just put it around the corner of the kitchen.
Okay.
So, I walk in and, like, my feet are getting a little bit cold, and I ask her, I said, hey, you know, where's my kitchen mat that was here? You know, and she's like, oh, the kitchen mat. I forgot to tell you that I washed a little bit of your things, and I put the mat in there as well, and the rubber part of the mat, you know, messed up the dryer. It kind of burned the dryer. And I said, Daisy, why would you wash any of my stuff? I didn't ask you to do any of this.
Coming up on Justice for All.
I didn't ask you to do anything like that. All I asked you...
It smelled bad.
Yeah, but the thing about it, Daisy, is I don't have the problems with any smells in my house. That's why I live alone.
And later...
I go to knock on the door, and she opens it, and her dog lunges at me. One of her dogs bites me on the stomach.
Oh, wow.
The other dog bites my hand.
Closed captioning provided by... You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Joseph Chandler, who is suing Daisy Daniels for property damage. Ms. Daniels is countersuing for unpaid wages.
So I went down to his apartment complex's laundry, and before I put the mat in there, I looked at the instructions and it said you can machine wash it and you can heat it on low.
Did you bring me evidence of that?
No, I did not.
Okay, so you can machine wash it.
You can machine wash it and dry it on low.
So you machine washed it.
So I machine washed it, and then I put it in the dryer, and I was looking for a gauge setting, and there wasn't one. So I just put it on, and when I came back,
how long were you gone for?
well, I had to go to class, so I came back from class. It's probably like an hour and a half.
I'm sure she forgot about it. Like she forgets about her assignments.
Okay.
Well, I had to come back to walk the dog anyway, so then I went and checked on the laundry, and there was rubber bits kind of everywhere, and I had also put some of his clothes in there because they were on the floor, and it was just a mess, and I thought maybe the dryer had overheated. It was an old thing, I don't know, probably like 12 years old. It must have just overheated because it said I could dry it.
And what happened to the mat?
It was destroyed, so I threw it out.
Okay. And what happened to the dryer, I'm sorry?
I don't know, because I didn't wash after that. I didn't think anything was wrong with it.
Did anybody say anything to you, the manager?
No, I didn't see anyone.
Actually,
Did it seem like it was still working? Did you look at it?
I mean, it looked a little ruined because there was rubber. I mean, I tried to like clean the rubber out of it, but
my next door neighbor actually seen her wash this stuff. My next door neighbor Grace, and she kind of smelled kind of the burnness, so she informed my landlord. So that's why when I came in, I had a $795 invoice on the damages that she messed up, and it clearly says on the dryers, do not wash any rubber or plastic in the machines. And I have the evidence right here if you'd like to see that, Your
Let me
Honor.
get his evidence, please.
And I'll also give you the invoice as
So
well.
he bought a brand new washing machine? I mean, a brand new dryer?
I don't think that's worth
it's
$800. I think your landlord is
it's a
ripping you
commercial.
off.
Bought a brand new dryer?
Yeah, that's what he quoted me, $795.
Well,
So
he's
it's a
only
commercial.
allowed to buy. He's only allowed to make you sue for or make you pay for the value of that dryer.
Yes.
I can't put him in a better position.
Yes.
So, did you pay for $795 yet? You have not paid.
I have not paid. That's why we're in this position. Correct.
Oh, well, that's
No.
not good then, because if you haven't paid, you haven't lost anything. So how am I supposed to rule on this case if you haven't had an actual damage yet?
Well, because he keeps pressuring me and asking me about how the washer's going to get fixed. Is your friend going to fix it? Are you going to pay me the money?
Did he ever ask you to fix it?
He's asked me multiple times, but
She hasn't talked to me ever since.
I don't want
I wouldn't either.
to talk to him until he pays me. He told me he was going to pay me $300, and that's why I'm countersuing him because I
You
won't.
haven't paid her the $300?
He has not paid me.
No, I have not
$300.
paid her the $300 because I only feel like the only way that she's trying to get the $300 out of me is because she can't get rid of what she really
So
wants
it
from me.
says do not put rubber or plastic. Was it rubber or was it, obviously it wasn't plastic, but sometimes mats have that kind of, it's not really rubber, but it's got that kind of grainy,
On the bottom
sticky
part,
material.
right? Yeah,
Yes.
that's what it was. And so I figured since it said low heat, it would be fine in this dryer.
I know, but you weren't the thing about it, Daisy, is you never follow basic instructions. I didn't ask you to do anything like that. All I asked
It
you...
smelled bad.
Yeah, but the thing about it, Daisy, is I don't have the problems with any smells in my house. That's why I live alone.
Well, I was
He's
gonna
a
be there
very
for a week.
smart guy.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I don't. Damaged property. Oh, you haven't paid him rent yet.
Yeah, he threw that in there as well.
Okay. Well, here's the
He won't
problem.
allow me to
It
pay
says-
rent until I
It
pay
says
for the
damaged
machines.
property. If by looking at this dryer, it's a very old dryer.
Mm-hmm.
So the last time I can step off the bench and look to see how much a dryer like that would cost.
It's a commercial
but
dryer.
I don't know the value of the dryer, and
I don't think
it's
it would
your
be-
responsibility to tell me the value of that dryer.
That's the invoice that he gave me. He said that he had got a quote from the...
Okay, but you haven't paid it yet.
No, not yet, because I haven't been able to afford it.
Okay, so when you pay it, you can then ask her for reimbursement. But obviously there was damage done to the dryer. I just don't know exactly how much damage that was done. A brand new dryer could cost $795. A
That was
brand
an old
new
piece.
one.
I don't think.
I mean, maybe, there's so many deals today, but your invoice is completely vague because I don't understand what damage to property is. I don't know if in this invoice that you're your landlord is giving, it says damage to property. I don't know if it includes just the dryer, damage that you've done to your
he told
apartment.
me that it was specifically just for the dryer.
Well, I don't have that. I don't know. And how am I supposed to believe you? So based on the evidence, we will hold the judgment on the damage to the dryer until I have verifiable proof of the actual damage. Okay? Your landlord cannot add more to it. I don't know if you're in cahoots with him. I have no idea. But he can only sue for either the repair or the value, whatever is less, period. And for now, you owe her $300 for taking care of your home and your dog. Good luck. Thank you.
All rise.
Judge Perez has reserved judgment pending more information from the plaintiff. The defendant's counterclaim has been granted. Mr. Chandler is ordered to pay $300.
I guess I am pretty ditzy to consider you a friend.
I'll see you back in a few months. Justice will be served.
And later,
I go to knock on the door, and she opens it. One of her dogs bites me on the stomach.
Oh, wow.
The other dog bites my hand.
this has been a production of Entertainment Studios.